In today's episode, we are talking all about shopping portals. So if you've been looking for a way to earn a ton of points without having to open up a lot of credit cards, this episode is for you. Enjoy. Hi, I'm Rhea.
And I'm Dwayne.
And we are your hosts of the Travel Party of Five podcast, where we share how we travel as a family of five around the world.
We will also share how we use points and miles to travel as affordably as possible and sometimes even completely free.
So if you're wanting to travel more with your family, but you're not sure how, we'd love for you to listen in.
So welcome to our podcast where we hope you learn a thing or two to get you closer to your next trip.
Dun, 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 dun. Welcome back to Travel Party of Five podcast. Hello.
Welcome back. Thanks for tuning in.
I was trying to throw Dwayne off with my intro, but it didn't work. It didn't work today.
She throws me off all the time.
So thank you guys for tuning in. Couple of updates before we jump in to today's main topic.
Yes, just want to give a shout out to those that have left a comment on our podcast review. Sorry.
Yes.
We really appreciate that.
Yes, we appreciate it so much. And if you missed last week's episode, we're doing a giveaway because we need more podcast reviews. So if you would like to be entered in that giveaway, which is a $50 gift card to a store of your choice, as long as it's legal and I can buy it and email it to you. If you leave a review and send us an email of the screenshot, you will be entered to win the giveaway. And so we've gotten a few reviews and entries so far, which is super exciting.
Yes, we appreciate you.
Yes, we are super grateful. I panicked a little bit to Dwayne the other day and I was like, oh my gosh, people are listening to this podcast, which logically, yes, you make a podcast and you want people to listen. But once people started listening, I think I freaked out a little bit. So we are very grateful and thank you very much.
Yeah, we had a few positive reviews and one kind of not so positive, but that's okay.
Are you talking about the YouTube comment?
Oh, was that the YouTube? Was that the one?
Yeah, that was just a comment on YouTube because our podcast is on Spotify, iTunes, but it also automatically goes to YouTube. And someone left a comment on YouTube that was like, I listened to this whole episode just to get to this one answer, which, sorry. I don't know. Maybe they didn't realize it was a podcast. There was also a couple of comments that left some really constructive feedback around our audio going up and down. So first of all, thank you for letting us know that because we were not aware of that. And so hopefully it will be resolved in the next few episodes. If you could give us a little bit of grace.
Yes. So I do all the editing. We're new to this, so I apologize, but I will do my best to correct that.
Yes, Dwayne thinks he knows how to
forward.
fix it.
Yeah.
So we will.
So bear with us.
Give that a try for this one, and hopefully this will be good. But
Yep.
If not, we will figure it out. So thank you for letting us know that. Very much appreciated, and appreciate all the positive comments
again,
that
we
we've
can't
had.
thank you enough for that.
Yeah. Okay. So we talked about the giveaway. We talked about the reviews. Let's get into today's main topic, which is all about shopping portals. Do you have any idea what a shopping portal is?
Is it a mall?
It's not a mall.
No.
Well, maybe it's like an online mall. Okay, it's like the 2024 version of a mall.
Well, I have a question.
Yes.
Does Nike have a shopping portal?
So no, but Nike is in a lot of shopping portals.
Oh.
So next time you buy a pair of shoes, we should probably do that through the portal.
Okay. I mean, I can buy shoes now if you like.
No, I think we're good. Dwayne is a big Jordan fan. So the other day he said, I have good news and bad news. And I said, okay. And he said,
bad news is I accidentally won some shoes online.
What was the good news?
I accidentally won some shoes online.
And I'm like, oh, accidentally, as if he didn't enter the raffle, fully hoping he would win. Oh, whoopsies. I don't know how that happened.
Whoopsie daisies.
Yep. So, but yes, we should. Do you win it through Nike? Like, is the raffle through Nike?
This one was not. This
Okay,
one was
well.
through a website.
Okay, well, it would be great if it would be from Nike, so we could earn some extra points. And
I mean, I can do that.
Okay, let's talk about how that works. So, I think that next to opening up credit cards consistently and earning the sign-up bonuses, shopping portals are probably the second best way to earn the most points on your regular spending. So if you're hesitant to open up as many cards as we do, I think this is going to be a really good episode for you. And we will share like how many points we've earned through portals as we go through this. But first, let's discuss like shopping portals and what they are and how they work in case you're not familiar. Basically, these portals allow you to earn points, miles, or cash back at a lot of different online retailers. So all you have to do is log in to your portal of choice, and we'll get into like there's basically 3 different categories of portals, or at least that's how I think of it. And then we'll give some examples of how we have used them and earned cash back and points in the past. But you log into the portal and then you choose the retailer that you want to shop at. So we could say Nike, for example. So we would log in, we would search for Nike, and then we would click through directly to the Nike website. So you're still purchasing items directly from the merchant, which in this case is Nike, but you're going to be directed to their website. And you can kind of think of the portal as like a bridge or a gateway to the website, but you're not buying from the portal. So the prices should all be the same. Like nothing should be inflated because you're literally on the retailer's website, the same one you would be at without using the portal. And then if you go through the portal, once you make your purchase and you've paid, then you also can earn points. And then like on top of the points you would earn from the portal, you also earn points or miles on whatever credit card you're using. So you're kind of double dipping, which is cool.
Yeah, totally worth it.
So there's 3 different kinds of portals. There's cashback portals, airline miles portals, and then credit card portals. So we'll talk briefly about each of those. And I think we could probably start with the credit card portals because I think these are actually the least common and least useful with one exception because there's one that I like here. So Capital One, for example, has a portal that you can shop in. You don't need a Capital One card to shop there, but you can only earn cash back in the form of gift cards. So like not even actual cash. And you also don't and can't earn Capital One miles. So like
So you're just using that portal to get gift cards?
Yeah, which I think is silly. Capital One, if you're listening, that's not a good model. It's like, I just think in the grand scheme of portals that offer value, that's like pretty low for me. That's like going to work and then your employer being like, here's a gift card for your paycheck. Like, no, thank you. I'd rather use the same spend and earn either points or cash, depending. But Chase, which is one of our favorites, also has a portal. And this is different from the Chase travel portal. The travel portal is where you can book hotels and flights and whatever. And as a side note, we don't typically recommend using the travel portal because it's not the best value for your miles most of the time. But this is different than that. So this is the Chase shopping portal. So to get to the Chase shopping portal, I'm going to briefly explain how to do it because I think the Chase portal is number 1, not well known, and number 2, kind of hard to find. So you have to have a card that earns ultimate rewards points, first of all. So that's like a Chase Sapphire Preferred or Reserve or like a Chase Freedom, that sort of thing. You're going to log into your ultimate rewards site. You're going to click on the 3 little dots where it says convert to cash. That'll bring up a drop down. You're going to choose select shopping and experiences and then shop and earn bonus points. And once you click that, that should take you into the Chase shopping portal. We are always looking for ways to earn more Chase points because those are the points we use for Hyatt and we never have enough, ever. And so that is a portal that I'm actually going to start using more in the future. But for right now, we've been focused on a couple of other portals, and we'll talk about that here in a minute.
So help me understand. So you log in or you sign into your ultimate rewards, and then you click on the shopping and experiences, and then that lists a bunch of retailers you can buy.
Yeah, it takes you to like a new website, which is literally the Chase shopping portal. And then there's like a list, and you can filter it different ways. And we'll talk about that a little bit later. But like, or you can just search Nike, for example, and then it'll bring up like, oh, you know, you can earn, let's say, 2 points per dollar on your spend at Nike or whatever it may be.
That's if Nike
is in the portal. Yeah.
Okay.
I will say the Chase portal has, I think it was around 500 retailers, which a lot of the other ones have over 1,000. So it does appear to be a little smaller. I'm not sure if it's new or some, I really have no idea, but, I would bet Nike is in there probably. I didn't look specifically though.
Yeah, we'll have to check for sure.
Yeah. Okay, so the second bucket of portals are going to be airline portals. And there's also like maybe one or two hotel brands that have portals, but they're not very commonly used, and they're not hotels that we stay at. Like maybe Wyndham has one, and Choice maybe does or used to. We're not going to talk about hotel portals today because there just aren't a ton of them. But almost every single major U.S. airline has a shopping portal. So Alaska, American, British Airways, Delta, JetBlue, Southwest, United, they all have shopping portals. And like, if you were trying to earn points at one of those specific airlines, then it would make sense to use their portal.
And then I'm assuming all major credit cards have portals, like American Express.
I actually
Wells
don't.
Fargo.
I actually don't know if American Express has one, but one of the portals you can earn American Express points, and we'll talk about that later. Yeah, and I don't know about Wells Fargo. Wells Fargo is like newer to the points and miles kind of travel rewards card game. They just released a new card recently. I don't know. We don't really play in the Wells Fargo atmosphere yet, but if they would onboard Hyatt as a transfer partner, I would sign up very quickly.
What about B of A? Do they?
Bank of America has a couple of cards, but again, Chase is the only one that has Hyatt as a transfer partner now. So let's talk about the airline portals for a second, because we've specifically been using the American Airlines portal. And so I think like that's a good example to talk about and give a few ideas. So we are in the midst of booking our trip to Japan for next year. And we've already started booking hotels because their availability is just starting to open. And in like roughly 1 to 2 months, we'll be able to book flights. And so we already know the hotels we'll stay at. That part is easy. We're sticking to Hyatt to take advantage of the globalist status that we will have next year. Currently, we're at 40 nights. P.S. Whoop. We're getting there. We have 20 more to go.
Whoop.
It's very exciting because every time the tracker goes up, I get so excited. But okay, so hotels, not a problem, but the flights have been a little bit more challenging, and I'm having to research a lot to understand which airlines we can use for all 5 of us, and then work backwards to figure out how to earn points that we can use at those airlines. We could honestly probably do an entire episode on just the booking of this Japan trip, because it's been quite the learning experience. And I mean, maybe we should do that. I don't know. I don't know if people would care about booking a trip that won't actually happen for an entire year, but maybe.
I mean, it'll give them some insight to what to do. And
yeah, I mean, maybe we do it for the plot, as the kids say. Also, there's a high chance.
Do the kids say that?
I mean, when I see something on TikTok, I assume that's what the kids say. So I'm going to say yes.
Wow, you have so much Riz.
Oh, bless your heart and soul. There's also a really high chance that once we actually get to the point where we're taking the trip, that I do not remember how I booked it. So maybe it does make sense to do it sooner rather than later while it's all fresh in my mind. We'll discuss. TBD.
Yeah, I mean, if one of or maybe 2 of our listeners are trying to book a trip not even to Japan, maybe somewhere else. It could be helpful.
I mean, it's true. It's been like, it's airlines that we don't normally fly. And so, yeah, I've learned a ton. I have learned a ton. Okay, but let's get into the example. So I have decided we will likely fly one way on Japan Airlines, that we will book through American Airlines because they are partners in the same alliance. And we will use American miles to do that. And then we'll fly in economy and we'll need 175,000 points because the fares that I'm finding are roughly 35,000 points in economy per person one way. Now, fingers crossed I can find those those points costs on the dates we need them, because the availability is not open yet. We'll see. But that is the plan for now. And so currently Dwayne has 150,000 American Airlines miles and we need 175. So we're trying to make up that 25,000 point difference by using the shopping portal.
So I earned those points with 2 different credit cards, American Airline credit cards, correct?
Yes, you did.
Sometimes I don't know where I earn my points.
Yes,
so.
you earned them from one personal. Oh, sorry, I hit my microphone. One personal and one business American Airlines branded credit cards. And so total points that you have right now are 150,000.
Yeah. And then will I open up a third?
So that was my other thought. So we could open up a third card. But number one, I would probably have to do it because I don't have any AA branded cards yet. But there's a couple things that prohibit that. So the first thing is I'm already 424, which means like if I open up one more, then I won't be eligible for any more Chase cards. And I am saving that 5th spot for the World of Hyatt personal card because that is part of my plan to get us to Globalist. I'm just pushing it as far towards the end of the year as I can because in December I will drop down to 324. So my plan is to go to 524 around like September, October, and then in 1 or 2 months I'll be back under and can continue to open Chase business cards.
And then that card has you get like 5 free nights. If
the World of Hyatt card comes with 5 qualifying nights towards
just
status.
Opening it, or
just opening it.
Nice.
Yeah, so that's part of our Globalist plan. And then the other thing is I could open an American Airlines business card, which would not count towards 524, but I just opened an American Express Business Platinum card, and we are working on the minimum spend for that card, which is $15,000 in 3 months. It's really high. And we just quite frankly couldn't do another card in this time frame.
Yeah. I can buy a lot of shoes with that.
Oh God, no. That's a really high spend. And so, yeah, we're maxed out right now, basically trying to hit that minimum spend, but it's a really good offer for 250,000 membership rewards points after $15,000 in spend.
Yeah,
so that's good.
Lot.
And that is how we're going to get our other flight to Japan. So Japan Airlines on American points one way. And I'm thinking Singapore Airlines on the other flight.
On the way back?
I don't know which is going to be which. But yes.
Both really good airlines.
Yes. I'd like to do Singapore there and American back because if we fly Singapore, we have to reposition to LA, which I'm fine doing on the way there. But on the way back, we're tired and we just want to get home at that point.
Yep.
And I've already seen 35,000 point flights in economy on Japan Airlines that will deposit us directly in Phoenix. We connect in LAX, but
there are no direct flights.
There are no direct flights from Phoenix to Japan. So for being such a big city, I feel like we talk about this a lot, but the direct international flights are really lacking. So anyways, okay. Hopefully that piece was helpful. The American Airlines portal is my sole plan to earn the rest of those 25,000 points. So here's a couple things I've signed up for in the portal in the last few weeks. And I mean, I think total we're already at around 20,000 points. We haven't like they haven't all been deposited yet, but they should within the next 3 to 4 weeks. So the first thing was Verizon Internet. So this was actually something we were going to do anyways, because Verizon, at least as of last week, had a promotion where if you're a new customer and you sign up for their internet, you also get the NFL ticket for free.
Go Bears.
And so that the NFL ticket is something we have bought every year for the last, like, I don't know, 8 years maybe. So that was something we were going to do anyways. And we got 3,100 American Airlines miles just for signing up through the portal, plus the NFL ticket for free, and the Verizon internet is half the price of our current internet. So that's a big win.
Yeah, so if you have Verizon internet capabilities in your area, I suggest you do that and take advantage of that. This is actually our second time we've tried to use the Verizon internet. First time we used it, it wasn't as good as the internet provider we had before.
It was terrible.
It was terrible.
We couldn't even,
I mean, Netflix would sit
buffer
and load, and
it wouldn't even play.
So then Rhea had a good friend who has it and said hers is great, but we found out that she used a Google Nest router, or if that's what it's called. I know Google Nest. I don't know if it's a router, but
I mean, I think, it was the only one on their website.
When we signed up this time to get it, we did that, and we've been using it, for 2 weeks now?
Yeah.
And we've had no issues. So
no issues. All of our devices are on it.
Yeah.
And it's been really good. So
yeah, something to look into if you want to do that.
I mean, and like previously, like Verizon even sent us an extender the first time, didn't work.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
We only had one device on it, and we couldn't even watch a Netflix show. So we were like, this is terrible. But this time it's really good. So I think the router is the way to go. Okay, a couple of other high earning things that I've done through the AA portal is they have a lot of meal subscription services on there, and sometimes they have elevated offers. So think like HelloFresh and Blue Apron. Those are the two that I've signed up for. And I have my own AA portal, and Dwayne has his also. Okay. So you can only sign up for, like, one person can sign up for one Blue Apron offer. You can't do it a second time. But there's two of us. So you can sign up for them each once, and then I can sign up for them each once.
But can use the same address.
Yeah. So, for Blue Apron, you can't. HelloFresh doesn't seem to care. We have like 4 HelloFresh accounts, and they're like, cool. But Blue Apron is like, nope, this address is already in use. So I have now sent boxes to Dwayne's work address. Dwayne's parents are going to get a box next week. And after that, we'll use my parents' address. It's fine. Everything is fine. So I think, like, the other thing I wanted to talk about first is when you're using these portals, you do want to be careful that you're not overspending or buying things you normally wouldn't. We have been using meal subscription services on and off for 6 years, maybe 8 years.
I feel like it's been, at least 8 years.
It's been a long time. And
since they came out, really. Well,
yeah. And we don't use them every week because they're expensive, but we pretty much only do it when there's some kind of a promotion going on, and maybe a few times a year we'll get it. Yeah. And as someone who does all the meal planning and prep in our household every single week, I find these a really nice break from having to do all that mental effort, and it gives us new recipe ideas. So, and
I mean, 85% of the meals, maybe even higher, a little bit higher, are pretty good.
Yeah, they're pretty good. Yeah. We like them, and we do 4 servings, and we usually get 2 or 3 meals a week when we do it. And I mean, 4 servings is enough for the 5 of us almost every time, because our 2 little kids are combined. Maybe they're one person. They eat like birds. So as also, what were you going to say?
I was going to say our other kid also eats like a bird, but like an ostrich.
Do ostriches eat a lot?
I mean, I would assume so, because it's a big bird.
It's a big bird.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Our oldest eats like a full adult. But what's funny is his favorite meal, actually, that has been his favorite probably since he was 5, and he's 10, almost 11, is actually a HelloFresh recipe that I made one time. And now I make it at least once a month for him. He calls it his favorite. And like, let me just veer off course for a second and tell you that it is a meal that is ground turkey with ginger, garlic, lime, cumin seeds, sesame oil, cilantro, and sesame seeds, served with rice and roasted cabbage. So like, it's like not a kid meal, but he loves it. And I mean, has consistently loved it for so long.
Let me just add that the original recipe calls for ground beef.
Yeah. At one point I switched it to turkey because I was trying to be heart healthy or something. I don't know. But we make it with turkey now, and it's really good. It is quite good. So, and it's quite healthy. So anyways, I'm a little insane for using all these offers, right? We've signed up for, I think, 4 different Blue Apron accounts in the last, I don't know, 2 weeks. And the same HelloFresh, because I'm trying to take advantage as much as we can. But we're trying to get to 25,000 points, and roughly one is like 4,800 points, I think. No. So like just between the 4 of them, like 2 for you, 2 for me, we're almost at 20,000 points just using that. So we're doing good. And you don't have to be as insane as us, but you could do it once or twice and, earn a nice little chunk of miles. Okay, the last category of portals is cashback portals. So these are going to be ones like Rakuten, which used to be called Ebates. Another common one is Top Cashback, and there is probably 24 other ones. Those are the 2 most common that I'm familiar with. The one you're going to hear about the most is Rakuten, especially in the points and miles space, because you can either earn cash back, like they literally send you a check every quarter, or if you have an American Express card that earns membership rewards points, you can choose to earn your cash back in the form of points. So instead of getting the cash sent to you in a check every quarter, you earn the points deposited into your Amex account every quarter. So originally when we signed up, we did cash and we were earning cash back. And then once I opened up my first Amex card, I switched it to membership rewards points. Mainly because I believe we can get more value out of the points than the straight cash. Because sometimes you can get 2, 3, 4 cents a point redemptions versus the cash back is a set amount. So you earn, for every 1 cent, you get 1 membership rewards point. So for example, like $100 cash back would be 10,000 membership rewards points.
Definitely. Way better for value that way.
To get the points, you mean? Yeah. And the points are super flexible, so you can transfer them to wherever.
So how many points can you really earn doing something like this?
So in the last year-ish, which is I think about how long we've been using Rakuten, maybe a little longer than a year, we have earned $146 in cash. And then last quarter, we earned 7,000 membership rewards points. And this quarter, which just started, I've already earned 34,000 membership rewards points.
Nice.
So that's in roughly a year, 42,000 membership rewards points plus $146. That $146, had I had an Amex in the beginning, would have been worth 14,600 points. That's a lot, I feel like.
That is.
And this is only on one account, which is my account. So eventually I will refer Dwayne and he will open up his own account. And there's also like a referral bonus, I think. So I'll refer you and we'll each get the bonus. And then you can also start earning membership rewards points. But I think it just makes sense to wait until you get your first Amex card, which you don't have yet. So I guess on the note of referrals, if you're not a member of Rakuten yet, you can earn a $30 bonus when you sign up using a referral link. And I think you have to make $30 worth of eligible purchases, like in the first 3 months or something. And so we have a referral link. If you'd like to support us, that would be amazing. I will link it in the show notes. And a couple of tips on how we earned so many points, especially because 34,000 this quarter is way more than 7,000 last quarter. So number one, you want to wait for elevated offers. One thing that we go through Rakuten a lot for is we book travel excursions using Viator. And so a normal rate is maybe like $2 to $4 per dollar spent. But sometimes they have like 10 or 12x cashback is what they call it on your spend. So if I know I'm going to book this tour on Viator, I'm going to wait until there's an elevated return on my offer, if that makes sense. So I always wait to book travel stuff when it's 10 to 12x on your spend. They also sometimes offer, like, instead of just shopping for goods and using retailers, they also offer bank account bonuses, and SoFi is a frequent one on there. And they have varying offers that changes almost every day, but you can usually get, if you wait, one for $250 cash back when you sign up for a high yield savings account. And we were in the market for that anyways, because we wanted a new place to put our travel fund specifically. And so we went through Rakuten, signed up for the account. We got 25,000 membership rewards, which is the equivalent of $250 cash back from Rakuten. And then we are also going to get, I think it was a $300 bonus from the bank itself once you meet their direct deposit requirements, which we should happen in about a week. And I mean, so that's
free money.
That's a great, I mean, why would you not do that? Yeah. And then a couple of other things. So once you're logged into whatever portal you're using, you can, if you're looking for like how to earn the most points the quickest, you can just sort by all retailers, and then you want to choose highest earn rate. So in every single portal, it's pretty much called the same thing I've seen. And then you'll see the highest points available. Sometimes it's just like $2 to 3 points per dollar spent. But then sometimes they have fixed earn rates, which is like 4,000 points for doing this, or 4,800 points for signing up for Blue Apron, that sort of thing. The other thing I would make sure that you do is, as you start looking and using different portals, you might notice that all the retailers are the same. And so one easy way to make sure that you're using the retailer that's offering you the most points or cash back is to use an aggregator site like Cashback Monitor. And so Cashback Monitor works one of two ways. They do have a browser extension that you can add, and like when you're shopping, it will remind you like, oh, use, this portal to save the most money. You can also just go to their website, which is cashbackmonitor.com. You can type in, hey, I want to buy something from Nike or Blue Apron or whatever, and it will literally break it down, all the options available through every single portal, so you can choose the best one. And they even break it down into the categories like we did today. So they have cashback options, miles and points options, and credit card portals. So I checked today because I was just curious for Blue Apron, and actually it was the highest on the Chase portal, 6,000 Chase points for signing up for Blue Apron. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that next and use my parents' address.
Nice.
And then we'll probably have maxed out on all the meal subscription services, and we'll be good for a year.
You're so knowledgeable and so smart.
You know what? What were you gonna say? Go ahead.
I was gonna say, if I married somebody else, I probably wouldn't have gone to half the places we've gone to.
That's so kind. I just think like part of the reason that I think this is fun is that I feel like this is a game to me, and I get so excited when I figure something out or like earn 25,000 points for opening up a bank account. Like I get a dopamine boost that I'm just like, woo, this is like, it's the same thing when I sell something on Facebook Marketplace and it's like someone hands you like $20 cash, and I'm just like, this is the best thing ever. Like I'm so excited. And Dwayne's like, it's $20. And I'm like, I can't explain it, but I don't know. This is just fun. It's fun for me. And
I'm glad it's fun for you.
I like to make it into
because it's
game.
fun to go on all these trips and be your travel prince.
Yes. Flights booked by me. Hotels booked by me. You know what though? You are the direction giver at any location we go to. Like I don't handle transportation in any way. I'm like, here's where I want to go. Please tell me how to get there.
Yep.
And when I went with my mom and my sister, I handed that off to my sister. I said, I planned this whole trip. You can figure out like, how are we going to get from here to there? And she did. It's great. That's I don't like to stress about that. So everyone has their strengths.
They do.
Okay. I know this was a lot of information. Hopefully it was helpful. If you have questions about shopping portals or whatever, Instagram is always the best way to find us. You can find us at Travel Party of 5. Don't forget about the giveaway if you want to be entered to win $50 to wherever you want to go. Starbucks, Target, I don't know, Southwest, you name it.
Yeah, wherever.
Leave us a review. Send us a screenshot via email, travelpartyof5@gmail.com. And thank you literally from the bottom of our hearts for listening to this podcast. We are just so happy that people are listening that I'm like, it's just another dopamine boost. So thank you for that.
When Rhea told me that there were reviews, she was literally glowing.
I was like, oh my God, wait, let me read these to you. So thank you. And
shout out to you guys again.
We will catch you on the next episode.
Thanks for tuning in.
Bye.
Have a good one.